Okay, let's listen to a song real quick while I get organized. That love Jelly Roll. All right, let me say what happened yesterday. Uh, because y'all need to know this in case it happens again. I have instances where I begin to shake, okay? Uncontrollably shake. I am shaking so bad I can't even get a water bottle to my mouth without spilling it all over myself. Okay. Now, it's not I mean, when that happens, I have to put myself in a really relaxing environment. Okay. Now, I don't know why I do that. And, uh, you know, the doctors, they're doctors. I do have an appointment on the 5th. I'll see what's going on. Super sensible. Thank you so much. Thank you for worrying about me. I appreciate that so much. Um, I can't tell you what it is or why it happens. Um, but it's not fun. I can tell you that right now. It's not any type of seizure. I am very lucid and know that it's happening. So maybe once we can get it figured out, it won't happen anymore. But like I said, it's not anything that it's 24/7 thing. It just kind of sneaks up on me. And I knew when I started shaking that it was just going to get worse. So really the only thing I could do was be like, hey, I've got to get off here. So thank you, Moonflower. I appreciate you guys being concerned. And I hated to do that, but I can't post. I can't even type. That's how bad it gets. I can't type. I can't, I have to just leave my computer and try to get it figured out is all I can do. So, but thank you for being concerned. I appreciate that so much. Because I felt really bad. We were having a great freaking conversation. We had so many people in chat. Damn, it was so good. And then I ruined it. I ruined it for everybody. I apologize for that. I felt horrible, you guys. I did. And maybe we can pick up on the conversation that we were having yesterday. I'll kind of give you guys a little rundown on what I showed Forever David's mom's video of a guy named Munch who is friends with Andrew Hiltz. That is how I became aware of Munch. And I don't know if it's his wife or his girlfriend. It doesn't matter. They're together. Her name is Tammy. And obviously, they are not only friends with Andrew Hiltz, but they are also friends with, I believe his name is Randy Clark. That would be, from my understanding, Allison's daughter, Bear's father. So they had this young girl up on, I didn't show the young girl. I wasn't going to do that. She hasn't even turned 17 yet. Now, Bear, if I remember correctly, was the girl that Don Wells was talking about, that he said was at the park. He made comments about her body, stated that she would end up pregnant Dawn said some really weird things about this young girl, right? So that is Bear Bear. Allison's youngest, Hunter's sister. Okay. So we know for a fact that Andrew went to Tennessee with some individuals. Okay. And I would have to go back and find my Andrew content. I've got Andrew has been on my panel a few times. I mean, not recently, but Andrew would pop in here all the time and we would have conversation. So no, I haven't went back and looked for it, right? You get like that too, Sage? Girl, I don't know what causes it, but I'm a freaking mess when it happens, you guys. I am a mess. And I literally have to calm myself down. I got to put myself just in the most relaxing environment that I can. And it subsides. It eventually subsides. But one of the things I noticed when it happens, after I can get calmed down and mellow myself out, I get very tired. So like I said, I'm not sure what causes it. I've been to the heart doctor, I've been to the other doctors, but we'll see, because I got an appointment on the 5th and I want to find out what's causing it, because I'm over it. For sure. And I apologize again. Like I said, we were having great conversation. The chat was being super in tuned. And so please, if you were here yesterday, I appreciate that so much. You guys just don't know. For sure. So Andrew came up on Munch's panel. Hey, Twister. But he really never said anything that, as far as I know, but like I said, I was watching a video that Forever David's mom put out, who is Tiffany Marie, right? And so I kind of finished watching that, but there wasn't much more said in that. Hold on. Now, all right. So we know Andrew went to Tennessee because he dropped off Jose, right? Now, I'm finding something a little bit interesting, because I'm trying to remember what vehicle that Andrew said the other couple were driving. So it comes out that there was like 8 children, right? 8 kids and 6 adults, 7 adults, counting Jose, right? Hey, Poppy, counting Jose, right? You get that way too, Moonflower? I don't know. We'll find out what it is. I just hate it. No, it wasn't a van. It wasn't a van that he said the other couple were driving. It wasn't a van. You do too, Sage? Yeah, I get really tired afterwards. It's exhausting. It's exhausting to shake. It really is. Now, let's see. Let's get into Now, Munch says he didn't know Allie. Okay. Low, I would have to go back in and find it to see exactly, but I don't remember it being a van. But that's very true that Andrew has done nothing but contradicted himself, right? I wish it was that, Mama Bear, but I don't think it is. Tennessee Twister said, I think it was a van. What did Mama Bear, since you're in here, what did Andrew say that the couple was driving that they had most of the kids in there? I'll have to find it. Yeah, Poppy, I am. Thank you for asking. I thought he said it like a station wagon. Am I wrong? I'm going to have to find it. We are going to find it. Okay, Mama Bear. Oh, wait, this is on Killer Looks. Okay, let me get Killer Looks pulled up here, y'all. I believe this is Tammy. This is on your panel, Mama Bear. Let me find it though. Lord Jesus. I already had it pulled up. The link is in my description. All right, hold on. Let me pull that up. I can't even find my own stuff, people. This is horrible. All right, let me get it pulled up because the link's in my description, like I said. Like I said, hold on. Should be in my freaking description. Yeah, it is. Okay, hold on. Why isn't that's not right? Yeah, we got it. I got it. I got it. That was kind of weird, but okay, so I'm assuming that this is Munch's woman Tammy, right? Yeah, but does it have anything to do with Andrew going to Tennessee? See, this is the freaking problem. So, hey, flies. So you're saying that there's messages. I guess my question, do the messages, Randy Clark and all that? All right, first I want to listen to this. Hang on. So Tammy, that knows Andrew, obviously knows Jeffy, right? This is her talking. All right, let's see what goes down here. Like I said, this is Killer Looks, links in the description.
I know a lot of things about that whole situation with Candace and Randy and all that. Randy was having an affair with Candace.
That is Randy.
The older Randy.
Randy Clark. That is Bear Bear's dad, right? Am I getting this all wrong? Is that Bear Bear's dad, Randy Clark? Or am I getting my people mixed up?
Randy Clark.
The older Randy Clark was having an affair with Candace.
Okay.
Older
We're listening.
Randy
I
Clark.
know that for a fact.
So that would be, if that's the older Randy Clark, that would be senior, right? No, I'm not buying that, Mama Bear. Mama Bear, I'm not, no. This was before Summer went missing, not after. So I'm not sure. Was it senior or junior? They're saying senior. She just said senior, right? Randy Clark Sr. is Bear's grandpa. Thank you, September Angel. This was before Summer went missing, not after, right? So how could Candace be with Fred and Dee Dee if she didn't even know Dee Dee? Tammy and Randy's related. I believe that has something to do with her sister or something, right? Bear, the junior is the dad. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but I don't know how that's not true, because Candace was with Fred and Dee Dee. When, am I wrong? Am I mistaken that this little affair was before Summer went missing? Maybe when Dawn was in Utah? Yeah, Tammy's sister. Okay. All right. It's okay, Constance. It's okay. I mean, hey, some things, now just to me, but you know, the only reason that this is all has even piqued my curiosity, well, I don't even know really why it's kind of piqued my curiosity, but it would have had to have been if they came down and the fucking funky coal Medina went on. Who is that? Yeah, September Virgo. I mean, look, to each their own. This is totally my opinion. Having Bear on camera, she's about to turn 17, but they twist in the sheets. If you listen to people, guess what everybody's saying? Candace was handing it out free and clear. Supposedly, allegedly, she was messing with Cotton. Now you got her messing with this guy, right? All right. All righty, y'all. Let's see what this says. Like I said, this is Munch's girlfriend, wife, whatever, right? Hey, Shirley. All right, let's hear what she's got to say.
And all that. Randy was having an affair with Candace.
Now who's Randy?
The older Randy.
Clark. Randy Clark.
The older Randy Clark was having an affair with Candace.
Okay, the older Randy Clark Did he live in Beach Creek? Right? Oh, yeah, it does. I get around, I get up, I get down. Ooh, 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 ooh. Right? But then some of those substances around that area, right? Didn't know far as I knew they lived in New York. Oh, you talking about the Clarks? Okay, well then how was Candace poking him? If he lived in New York, how was Candace poking him? Inquiring minds want to know.
Okay. We're listening.
I know that for a fact. I just can't.
She knows it for a fact.
For a fact. Tell us it all. Tell everything. Shit.
Now, how do you know that for a fact, unless you know Candace?
No, I don't know any of that, but I know someone that is very close to the Randy situation. I'll put it on my kids and grandkids instead, because I can't say certain names. But I will put it on my kids and grandkids.
See, that gets me. They can't say certain names. I cannot give up my person, right? I have someone that's really close to the case. I cannot give up my resources. I cannot tell people. Right? I've heard that so much. For real. It would have been when they came down in the U-Haul, so it would have been before she went missing. Yes. Yeah, it would have had to have been. Right? Unless, I mean, did Candace take a trip to New York that we don't know about? I don't know. I don't think so. I think a lot of shit went down when Don Wells was in Utah. A lot of shit. That's just my opinion.
And I don't do that for anybody. He was having an affair, and supposedly he was going to buy a house or something like that, and he got scammed from it. He never got his money back.
He was going to buy a house and he got scammed from it. Now, this is what's weird because, Jeffy got scammed from a house too, right? Jeffy, who would never show himself on camera, right? Andrew always did all the talking for him. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out, Constance. Let's see what else Tammy has to say.
Hold up. Supposedly Jeffy and Andrew got scammed from that house.
So it's got to be the same house, and guess what? It was.
You don't have to stop, Flies. You don't have to stop. That is funny. Maybe she did take it out and trade. Maybe that's what that was all about, right? September Angel. I don't need your opinion on that shit, right? Okay? Let me tell you something, ma'am. Remain calm, stays neutral. I don't take sides. That can be your opinion if you want it to. Okay? But the way that I see it, ma'am, everybody twists shit to make each other look bad. All right? That's happening fucking everywhere. Ask Cass or grass. Nobody rides for free. That's right. That's right. Mama Bear, watch how you put things in chat. Number one, lady. Number two, don't be arguing with people in here. For real. Oh, Lord. I don't even see it. Why don't I see it? I do not give a shit if you're a Tammy fan or an Andrew fan or a Munch fan or a Mama Bear fan. For real. Oh, thank you, Flies. That's why I can't find it. Okay, let's hear what else Tammy has to say.
It was Candace's house that Randy was gonna buy.
Okay, we know that Candace was at some point trying to sell the property, right? Hey, Mr. A. So, I mean, I'm not going to say this is not true. I'm not. I don't know. Wasn't there. So, did Candace put the property up for sale? But Jody and them were looking to possibly buy it also. So did Randy kind of give her a down payment, right? Yeah, that was in when Dawn was in Utah. I mean, Shirley, I agree that Dawn and Candace are the ones who need to tell the truth. And they haven't told anything so far that's helped with anything, right? So what else do you need to know about the kids? Randy and Jeffy were going to buy the house. Oh, no. No, it's the same story, but allegedly different people, right? Now, I cannot sit here and say that I cannot say that Randy and Jeffy are the same people. And I cannot sit here and say that the house that Jeffy was looking into was Candace's house. I can't say that. I'm not. The only thing I mentioned was that Jeffy didn't want nothing to do with social media. He didn't want to be shown on camera. You know, Jeffy wanted to kind of stay under wraps, right? So, no, I am not saying they're the same people. I'm saying two different circumstances. They're saying Randy wanted to buy Candace's house. We don't know what property that Jeffy and them were looking into because they forgot the address, right? Andrew, he didn't know, right? Maybe they had to play house to see if the sale could go through. Oh, interesting, Flies. Interesting.
So how did Randy know about the house?
Randy knows Allison and that family. Like Allie's kids and Allison and stuff like that. And that's why I believe you, Andrew Hills, knows who little Randy Jr. is. He's a lot like Andrew. You're telling me he's lived in Gloversville for how many years and he don't know little Randy Jr.? Randy Jr. is nothing but a pervert. Little Randy Jr.
Okay, now this is the thing. I would assume that Andrew absolutely knows who this guy is. Andrew's Hunter's father, right? Randy Jr. is Bear's father. They allegedly live in the same town. I would believe that, yeah, they probably knew each other. Now, I don't know. She's calling the guy a prevert, okay? So, yeah, but Carrie, Dawn absolutely knew she was going to try to sell the house. He wanted to move to Utah. And then suddenly, right? Whose tune? Who are you talking about? Whose tune changed? Whose tune changed? You come in and say something like that, you need to elaborate on what you're talking about. Who changed their tune? Right? All these people, they were involved with not the kids. Well, I mean, oh, Tammy. Oh, Tammy, thank you. Thank you, Perry. Thank you. So Tammy's changed her tune. Okay, well, anyhow, well, yeah, because she was riding around in his truck, in his Jeep all day, right? Where do I have that at? All we heard, okay, Andrew, let me tell you, Andrew, okay? This is what's freaking ridiculous. I never could understand how Allison could even go on a live stream with Andrew, have anything to even talk with him about, right? Now, we can go back and talk about Andrew for a minute, because Andrew was trying to get his son Hunter legally kidnapped, basically, to bring him to Andrew's home. None of that transpired until after Summer went missing, and there was a reward fund, in my opinion. Okay? So Andrew would just keep disrespecting her and disrespecting her, right? Then moved Andrew in her home a few weeks later. What do you mean, Queso? Are you talking about Tammy moving Andrew and them in? Now, I don't know Tammy, but she says that that was for his children. She allowed them to come and stay with her because of the children. Right? No, obviously I didn't see your first comment. The beginning of that is one of those hide or show comments. Okay, wait. Hold on. Why am I not seeing my hide and show comments? Oh, here, I got it. Hang on, let me read this comment. You have to watch what you put in chat. This lady said, I don't know anything about that. I really don't. But I'm going to say this. If that really happened, then my opinion is law enforcement should have been called. Law enforcement should have been called. Yes, YouTube will grab certain comments for me to either approve them or keep them hidden. So nobody removed it because they were being a bitch. I kept it hidden because you were basically talking about a SA situation with a child, and then you're going to say, oh, mom didn't say anything. She didn't want there to be a problem. Well, excuse me, if somebody's doing something inappropriate to a child in front of you, fuck that. Call law enforcement, right? No, nobody said you were being rude, Queso. Okay. Okay, well, you seen it on Mama Bear Shorts. But no, why the fuck would you make that a big thing on social media, but you're not calling the fucking cops? Yeah, I'd want receipts on that. Okay, Queso, bye. I don't know. Don't tell me what to watch or what not to watch. Yes, I mean, for real. I'm not talking about that right now. All right. If I was, then I would go grab it. Yes, YouTube will grab comments that are made in chat that the AI bots are going to find inappropriate. Right? You know, what the fuck is up with these people on YouTube that are coming out and speaking about SA and things happening to children and shit like that? Why isn't anybody looking at these people and saying, and this is my opinion, and I'm going to give my opinion? If you give a fuck that shit happened, why aren't you calling law enforcement? Law enforcement should be the first person that you call. The first person that you call. That is my opinion. Sorry. Sorry I got loud. I got loud. Did Randy Clark Jr.? I don't know, Jen. We're gonna try to find out. So let me say this also. Andrew Hiltz is a fucking weirdo. I'm a commentary channel. I give opinions. These are my opinions. You can feel about him any way you want to. But let me say this, as in about Andrew. Andrew makes a statement that traffickers would not want a little girl like Summer Wells because she was too skinny, right? Now, somewhere in one of my lives where I talked to Andrew, I asked him about that. His answer was along the lines something of, I'm like, how would you know that? Why would you say that? And basically what it came down to was he looked these things up on his little social media accounts, right? Well, he Googled it. Yeah, from the pictures he's seen, right? And I'm like, why? Now, don't get me wrong. I have researched trafficking for years and years and years. And let me say this, I have never pulled up any pictures of any child that were said to have been in trafficking situations. Not once have I ever wanted to see pictures of any children. I don't want to see pictures of other people's kids. Right? Said he couldn't sleep at night. Yeah. Also, when Andrew Hiltz hit the YouTube streets was because his son was the underage child at the time that was with Candace Bly Wells when she went on her little running spree on June 15, 2021. Right? So, Andrew, he's wanting Hunter. He basically is like, if I can get my son here with me, I can find out everything, right? But back to Allison. He said, I couldn't understand how Allie even talked to the guy. It was freaking weird. He was saying things like he only slept with her once, and he should have this. I'm going to say trigger warning because this is fucked up. He basically said that he should have put basically pumped out Hunter on Allie's ass. Hell, Constance, we're going to have to, I'll check them out. I'll have to get all mine together too. I need to start putting my stuff in different playlists. For sure. I've got so much to do to revamp this channel. I've got to go through and check all my titles and my descriptions, and I need to start putting stuff in playlists just so it's easier to find, right? All this was just found today. It was reported, but you would think his own grandma would have reported it. This is the thing, Mama Bear. This is the thing. If it was reported, why hasn't he got in trouble for it? Right? Why hasn't Andrew got in trouble for it? If it was reported.
Randy Jr. is nothing but a pervert. Little Randy Jr. is Bear's father.
Okay, we knew that.
Big Randy is little Randy's, or is Bear's grandfather.
Right. Yeah, I knew that. We've been on that. But I don't know how he had an affair with Kane.
See, I'm kind of wondering. Okay, somewhere I heard that Allison and Candace became friends in 2020, right? They reported it as of today. How long ago did it happen? How long ago did it happen? Oh, I know a lot of it's for shop value flies. That's what I was going to say. Okay, so knowing that a panda bear meant basically pedo shit, right? Andrew kept a panda bear sitting behind him. You know, he wanted it to be seen. The more people told him what it meant, the more he would have to, keep it out in the front where everybody could see it. Then, he started doing like weird, what are they called? Pentagrams, right? Pentagrams and stuff like that. And calling him a devil worshiper. He ate that shit up, right? Next thing you know, he's got pentagrams hanging around. And so a lot of what Andrew says and does is definitely for shock value. Definitely. But that still doesn't mean that the way he talked about Allie, Hunter's mother, in my eyes, was fucking right. I couldn't understand why she was going on panels with him and everything else, right?
Randy, I believe Randy went down there for to go see Bear at one point.
Here we go. That's kind of, this is what, because if you remember correctly, they decided they were going to move to Tennessee, to Kingsport. They were going to be close to Hunter, right? That the schools were all so much better. Well, Jeffy's such a good friend to Andrew that Jeffy is transferring his job. He's paying the money to basically bring all those people to Tennessee. So that way, Andrew, right, can, have a better life for him and his kids, right? What a good friend Jeffy is. It's that cycle of the year, like Jody says, the missing anniversary. Yeah, it is, Flies. It is. The panda bear was all cat pizzaed on too. Oh, cat pissed on. Heard Andrew say himself he wanted to auction it off. Look, I mean, I watched people help Andrew move freaking 20 times. I'm over exaggerating. Right. It's going to be a wild ride. Yeah, it is going to be a wild ride. Okay, so Randy Clark goes to see Bear at one point.
And that's how. Huh?
What would make him hook up with Candace and not Allison?
If you ever met Big Randy, he ain't all there.
No, I ain't never met.
I know.
Okay, Big Randy. So, is she saying Big Randy went to see Bear or Randy Jr.?
Big Randy personally.
Yep, DW was in Utah when Randy Clark was visiting CW. That makes a lot of sense now.
Okay, wait, Mama Bear, I didn't catch what you said. DW was in Utah with Randy Clark when Randy Clark was visiting Candace. Okay, so, right? Jen said cashed in a 401k. Oh, yeah, Jeffy did. I mean, look, and the thing about that is, if you all remember, right, that they get to Tennessee and this email suddenly appears to Jeffy saying, or Jeffy calls or whatever. There ends up being an email about this house or that they were supposed to be moving into. They drive all the way to Tennessee, and out of the blue, there's not a house any longer. Not only that, if you listen to what Andrew said, and somewhere I've got the interview that they had with Jeffy. I've got that right somewhere. I'd have to find it. It comes out that, and I don't know if this shit's true or not, the transfer papers for Jeffy's job to be transferred to this area that they're moving to never went through. Never went through. That's what they said. That is what they said. So, I mean, Jeffy's got to be a nice guy. He's taking care of a lot of people, right? A lot of people. I don't understand how the Utah held all those different households. Yeah. We're talking about allegedly 8 freaking kids. Something like that. Jeffy was the sugar daddy. He sure was. I mean, Jeffy was letting Jose shack up with him too, right?
What is this now?
Don was on Facebook and he said, well, YouTube, and he said that my 12-year-old daughter even said her name and what we called her.
I heard it. Has a badass body.
Has a body from
This is where Allie's talking. Am I even sharing? I hope I'm sharing this with you guys. Allie is talking about what Dawn Wells said about her youngest child. We got a Randy household, an Andrew household, a Jeffy household, a Jose household, and who knows, I lost count. Right. No, there's 2 other people. You had, well, I don't know about the Randy house. Oh, you're talking about the house itself? Plus 2 guys to drive the van back. I'm going to find it because when Andrew described it to me, he didn't say a van. He didn't say it wasn't a van. Right? Hey, Texas lady. And I'm sorry, you've got all them freaking people. You drive all the way to Tennessee. You've got all those kids, and you cannot find a motel room. Okay. And y'all just turn around and drive back. You thought it was a van and a U-Haul? No, I believe you. I believe when you guys say van, because more than one of you is saying van. So he had to have said a van. But I swear I heard him describe something that wasn't a van. So I will put myself on a mission and see if I can find it. 15 plus people. Allie said 14 people stayed on 110 for a few days. Yes, but this is the thing, Sage. Do you remember them talking about letting, I think I heard there was bikers who stayed up there, a group of bikers or something. And then I also heard where Candace allowed some kids to come and stay up there from, they called themselves Dirty Kids. Do you guys remember the Dirty Kids story, right? Zena, he told the story again on shares. I remember thinking, what the fuck? He's a strange one, the whole lot of them. Oh, yes, I agree. I agree. Okay, so yeah, Don was making inappropriate remarks about Allie's youngest, right? Yeah, the a box truck would be the U-Haul, right? Right. Okay.
Badass body.
Has a body from fucking hell.
Yes, we have that.
And we have 12. I do know.
Ziggy sent it to me.
So when you heard that, what happened? Like, what was your thoughts when you heard that? You were like,
Fucking sick motherfucker, something's up.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we catch charges. That's it. Like, no grown ass man needs to be talking about a 12-year-old like that.
And I know that he also even gave Bear alcohol because he gave.
So they're saying that they know for a fact that Don Wells gave Allie's youngest alcohol. That is her mother speaking right now, Sherry. Here, I'll give you a peek at what they look like. Okay, we have Allison. We have her mother. Cassandra, I think, and Sherry, the mom. So you can watch that whole interview over on JLR's. Oh my gosh. Before I get off here, we got to talk about the JLR and Magnolia stuff. Ooh, you realize Sherry sounds like someone else you heard? Where was it? So you had to have heard it somewhere where voices get changed a lot. Let me ask you a question here, girl. Did you hear it where voices get changed a lot? I think we all know who I'm talking about. They'd be on YouTube. Oh, they're on YouTube. Wow. Interesting.
So even gave Bear alcohol because he gave my grandkids alcohol and did something to them.
Now wait, woo, woo, woo. So Mama Sherry's up here. Not our Sherry, okay? This is not our Sherry. Even though she comes over here and then she gets mad at me very quickly and leaves. Yeah. Sherry, I still don't know why you got mad at me. I was only looking out for you. Some might say a stalker. A stalker? Zena with fire. Oh, thank you, Zena, for coming in. You were having trouble tagging? Okay. So Now she is coming out and saying that Don Wells provided alcoholic beverages to her grandkids. Okay? We know that Allie's kids are her grandkids. So she's not saying Candace, she's saying Dawn, right? And why wasn't Don Wells reported? Right? Oh, that is so cool, Zena. I have to go back through and find them. I've showed them before. Zena has some beautiful critters. She does. Okay, so Mama Sherry's up here saying Don Wells gave her grandkids alcoholic beverages. I'm going to say allegedly, right? Yeah, send me some new ones. And I know the mouse sends me the most beautiful pictures of bears and stuff like that. I got to get them downloaded so I can pop them up here on my channel. They're so cool. Okay. So why are you allowing that? There's a picture, right? I don't know, Constance. I'm gonna hear if she says she did or not. Oh shit, what was I gonna say? Okay, I forgot what I was gonna say. It'll come to me. It will come to me.
Donnie did something to your grandkids? What did Donnie do to your grandkids?
So I know he really loved Allison. I know.
Okay. So we will definitely, JLR has that on his channel. And so, I mean, of course, it's not all on this live or this video that Killer Looks did. I'll find it and make sure you guys have the link to it so you can find it if you want to finish watching what they said. That was the thing about all of this. It didn't make a lot of sense because if that had been going on, why were they still allowing there to be any relationship with Dawn and Candace and those kids at all, right? Those kids at all. I don't think law enforcement was called. I know that, and I have to say allegedly, there was a lot of CPS calling allegedly happening with a certain group of individuals, right? Supposedly, you know, Allie called. I don't know if she did. I don't know if Jody ever called, but supposedly, you know, they were getting mad at each other. I'm not putting Jody in here. I'm talking about Allie and Candace right now. And you know, going back and forth and calling CPS on each other or whatever, right? And that does happen. There are people like that, okay? They get mad at each other. They know where they can hurt each other. Calling CPS, right? May, good to see you. May. Birds of a feather flock together. That's what they say, Perry. That is what they say. Okay.
So I know he really loved Allison. I know Big Randy really adored Allison. It was like a daughter to him.
All right, so
Okay.
what else we know about this Tennessee shit? Tell me everything.
I don't really know much of it, only by what he kind of gave out when I first met him, about how him and Jeff went to Tennessee. And
Oh, this is Randy's account of the New York, Tennessee trip. Okay, so, but this is what you have to remember, please. She's saying this is what she was told. Okay? This is what she was told. Always, if someone says that at the beginning of a conversation, you have to remember this is what she's being told.
About how him and Jeff went to Tennessee, and the people are Jeff's girlfriend Kayla,
2,
her four kids, is 4 kids,
6,
Peaches, which
7,
is Karen, and Gordon,
8.
and I guess Jose. I didn't know about Jose until just all
9.
these lives.
So who was the 2 drivers?
The only thing I could think of, I know.
That's 9. Where we got to put Andrew's kids in there, right? That's 9. Plus Andrew, plus his wife, and add in Andrew's kids. That's a lot of fucking people. How did they, I mean, I would think that would be a lot of stuff that you're transporting. And then you acted like there was room in the back of a U-Haul truck for Jose to be riding in. That's where you said you put him, right? The back of the U-Haul. You even said that Jesse kind of felt bad for him and went back there with him for a while. Right? That's what you said.
Jeff don't have a license. I know Andrew don't have a license. I know Elisa don't have a license. And supposedly Jose was stuck in the back of the truck the whole time, so that only leaves 2 drivers. Karen and Gordon.
So why did he bring?
Well, what was y'all doing to stay awake? You drive all the way there, and then you got to turn around and drive all the way back. And yeah, I didn't even think about the not having driver's license. Right? $13 counting the kids and the adults. Yeah, because yeah, why so quickly? With freaking 13 people, why the hell didn't you just go buy a freaking couple of tents from Walmart and pitch a tent? Get some sleep, rest up. They say Candace invited them up on the hill. And they were not going to do that because they said it was nasty. But Andrew, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but didn't the fire department show up to your house? Didn't the fire department come to your house? Seriously. I'm just saying. I just remembered that. Yep, this is what I heard. fire department, right? I'm not fibbing. But yes, going back a little bit while it's on my mind, I did hear of, it was like, I heard that there had been people that stayed up on the hill, and not just one or two, that there would be quite a few at the same time, right? For sure.
And Gordon is the one that married Elisa and Andrew.
Wow. How the motherfucking dots connect. Andrew.
Told you I just needed time.
Okay, so what was it about Gordon? Gordon was one of the people that went to Tennessee. Gordon is the one who married Andrew to his woman.
In my opinion, I mean, I don't think Andrew physically did something to Summer. At least if you were to do the timeline, is he capable of it? For all the right reasons, yes, he is capable of it.
Damn, girl.
I think maybe Hunter either did something or witnessed something, and someone has scared him so bad.
Did Andrew have a storage unit for a few hours in Tennessee?
I heard that he did, but that still don't make any sense with the storage.
So what are you trying to say? Andrew had a storage unit before he went to Tennessee? I mean, that would be kind of something that a lot of people would do, I think. If you're going to pack your shit up, you might want to make sure that you already have a storage unit ready to go when you get there, right? But Candace had storage unit too. She did too.
Why would you put stuff in storage if you knew you were getting a house, and even if it, and then the house fell through, it didn't work out, then you had to go pack the stuff back up in the truck? That don't make any sense. You would think that they would.
No, it never did make sense. I don't care what anybody says, whether you like people or don't like people. None of this shit made any sense at all. None of it. The trip to Tennessee, why they went, how it played out, doesn't make any sense at all.
Find out details of the house first.
Yep.
And it was, I heard it was something to do with Candace's storage unit. And then I heard that Elisa was going off on Andrew at Dollar General.
Yep, because
Why?
they didn't want to go stay at Candace's house because supposedly the house was so nice.
Okay, so allegedly Andrew and his woman, and I've talked to her before. Seemed like a nice person to me. And she's going off because she doesn't want to go stay at Candace's. But this is the question I have. How would they know what Candace's place looked like? How would they know what 110 Ben Hill Road looked like? To have a problem with saying yes to staying up there, right?
She already knew the house. If you didn't know, would have met Candace at her house to see her house. They're not going to bring you pictures from the damn their house to the Dollar General and show you a picture. Hey, you want to stay at my house?
I already.
Yeah, Mama Bear's saying the same thing. That makes no sense.
I already knew just by other videos that they were down there.
Andrew is the front man, Munch is the enforcer, Jeff is the money man, Eric is the tech guy of the group. However, the group is bigger than that. Yes, ma'am.
Now wait. So I do want to add in here that obviously this conversation took place before Tammy decided she didn't like Mama Bear anymore, right? Because we know she don't like you now, girl. I'm just saying. And I ain't saying you like her either, okay? So this conversation was when y'all were getting along.
We'll see.
Okay, wait. All right, something's being pulled up here. This is known aliases for Randy Clark. Randy, Randall, Randy F, Randy G, Randy R, Randall R. Okay. All right. Looks like Randy, Randall with a lot of different middle initials, maybe. All right, let's look at this. Now, I got to show you guys this because Killer Looks always, I love the way he does this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link again real quick in chat. Okay, hold on, give me just a minute. Give me a minute. I believe they stayed there but decided to leave. Oh, so you think that they were at least up on the hill, but maybe not for a long period of time, right? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Sorry, I'm so slow. I'm slow. The deal fell through. What deal? What deal are you talking about? I mean, if they were thinking about buying from Candace, did they think they were going to stay in the house with her until she packed up and left? Oh, you're behind. You're behind, Twister. Yeah, the deal fell through on the house. And obviously it did for Randy also, is what they're saying. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Oh, he went through it so fast. Oh my goodness. Whose name is that? There's Clyde. I've had this pulled up before myself, actually. There we go. We've got Candace, Randy Clark, Candace, Randy Clark Sr., Clyde Trent. Clyde Trent, associated through Don Wells. Clyde Trent is connected with Carly Trent. And let me tell you guys something. If you have not seen how he has put all of this together and did the connections with the names and relevance, please go over and check out Killer Looks. For real. The way that he's got the connections are great. Now, I do know that a lot of things I've been seeing of his lately has, I think her name is Michelle Walks or something. And I know some people don't like her. I don't understand why. I guess I just never paid attention to that part of, you know, drama stuff going on or whatever. But she's also put out some very interesting stuff. She's got the genealogy chart and everything. For sure. For sure. All right, let's see.
Clock in. Okay.
Oh, Killer, sometimes I don't understand you.
Scooby fucking Doo.
Scooby
If not
Doo.
for those pesky meddling kids.
Very good. Very good, Killer Looks. Thank you. Okay, so let me see. I had something else too. Oh boy, do I have something else. I'm going to make up for yesterday. Again, I want to tell you guys, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all, right? Oh, Twister. Are you kidding me? I don't care what y'all say. We all keep up with bullshit somewhere. Okay? We do. I ain't lying. I like a little bullshitting every once in a while. I do. Okay, so let's see. Also, and I have to find where it's at, damn it. We are going to listen to a little bit of Fred Hill. Okay. I was interested in the backpack and little girl's clothes in the washer response. Because, see, his sister came out and had a conversation about him. And so he now has his own channel. He's got 407 subs. 407. But I was very interested to see how he was going to respond to that. And let me tell you guys something. Their parents have passed away. And this is just what I've seen, okay? They definitely got some family stuff going on. It's just kind of, I mean, they have came out on social media, and shame on both of you for this. Shame on both of you for this. This is just my opinion. You all come out and kind of talked about your mom and dad. Talk about them selling substances, PILLSs. They talked about finding marijuana at Fred's, I guess, when Karen and her sons were there searching. And Fred's like, that was Daddy's. That was my daddy's. What are you all doing? Does anybody see what I'm saying, or am I just weird? Am I just weird? Is that remain calm being weird, or is that like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Seriously. Y'all fighting with each other. I don't get it. Well, I don't get it. I don't get it. Blame it on you, daddy. That's right. Blame it on your daddy. It was daddy's. Who does that? Well, I don't want to say that because we know who does it. Fred made out like his parents were major dealers. His sister said no. They just sold a few here and there to make ends meet. On Fred's live, oh my gosh, let me let you hear this. I even wrote the freaking timestamp down on this. Hold on. Oh shit, hang on. Give me 1 second here. 2:10. Okay, hold on. 2:10. I believe that's where this is said. Hold on. About 39. Okay, I'm gonna drop his link. I'm sure Ziggy will come after me. She doesn't like me. But I am a commentary channel. I am commentating on this. Excuse me, Raging Mama Bear. I don't think anybody said Randy Clark Sr. is 62 years old. And I don't know about anybody in chat, but I don't care how old Randy Clark Sr. is. For real. Brett has pretty much accused everyone. Yeah, that is true. I mean, these people talk a lot about people who are not on this planet anymore. They absolutely do. That's convenient, right? I always kind of describe it. You got a group of friends in high school, right? And someone from your little group either moves, they move away, or they quit kind of hanging out with those people. And they're going to be talked about. As soon as you're not around anymore, you're going to be talked about, right? Summer saved a whole bunch of children, bless her. That is nice to think of that. Think that way, Zena. For real. For sure. Okay, so let's hear this real quick, and then I want to get to the backpack and the clothes. And so we're just going to listen to this. And as I always say, I commentate and give my opinion. We love others' opinions also. There's Randy Jr. and Randy Sr. Well, that's fine. Did I say it? Did I say it? I don't know why you're making that a big deal. Why is that a big deal? So I showed something? Okay. Well, I mean, go figure it out. And when you figure out why that is so important to you, then you can let me know, okay? For real. Sounds like something you need to figure out. Okay. All right. So I don't even know how to even describe this shit. But anyhow, just something I wanted you guys to hear. 567-5309. It's 867-867-5309. I never asked what fucking age Randy Jr. was either. Obviously, Randy Jr. is old enough to have a daughter who is almost 17 years old. So would I assume that Randy Sr. would be older? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah. Yeah, go fucking, who was it? Oh, wait. Yeah. I was commenting on killer looks. No, it sounds like a personal problem. Okay. So here we go.
See, that's what you should have been saying the whole time. That's how you should have been presenting it the whole time, but you started out saying that he was debunked and that you can't debunk something if you don't know the truth, Ryan. We don't know the fucking truth.
The big picture, the whole picture.
Like, I know you're intelligent. You have a fucking college degree. Like, I think you could, like, comprehend that.
Well, I'm sorry. I wasn't going to talk about Ryan, but Ryan accused somebody of stealing evidence from somebody else, right? I talked about it. How, I'm telling you, right? It's like, are you serious? Are you freaking serious? Yes, Blythe, killer looks. And also to let you know, the link to that is in the description. Please feel free to go watch it on your own. Give him a sub, right? Fucking crazy.
On what the truth looks like in this matter. So I'm not going to keep talking. I did want to say all of that simply because this is one of the most, in my opinion so far, critical interviews to understand the psychology and the background of these claims and why they're being made. I'm going to leave that decision either way up to you.
Hey, I still want to know what happened in Florida. What happened in Florida? Did you make sure law enforcement was very aware to keep an eye on that area because someone contacted you with a tip that possibly Summer Wells could be seen at a park or something, right? In Florida. So out of the kindness of your subs and your members' hearts, you, sir, took that trip to Florida, right? And you sat there staring at people's children all day. And yeah, it was pretty creepy, right? It was creepy. I'm telling you. What happened to the radioactive? That pissed me off. I will say this over and over. The video, or I don't know if it's a live video, whatever, of his wife standing in front of a barrel. Now, they were, I'm not sure exactly what was in the barrel, but they had, we'll just say it, human waste. There was someone receiving chemotherapy, and, you know, so the waste was put into a waste barrel, we'll say. She stood outside, stood in front of that barrel with a little shovel, and they felt it was amusing to, you know, in the same little funny they were making, made it out like they were looking for a missing child. And I've said it many times, I ugly cried. I ugly cried. That was horrible. And I know people were like, oh, they were trying to be funny. No, that's not funny. That's not funny. You know, that's like Jody acting like her and Andy playing rock, paper, scissors, you know, to go out where the buzzards were flying to see what was out there that wasn't living anymore. I didn't find that. I found that just to be horrible. Horrible. Right? Thank you, Constance. Thank you, ma'am. And it did. It bothered me. So that was sad.
But I hope you enjoyed this interview. Karen was very gracious and wonderful and kind to us, allowing us to talk to her.
Yeah, that's what you said about Fred at first. That's how you said it about Fred at first too.
It's gonna be a tough one to watch. So thank you all.
Oh yeah, you really care.
See, Fred and Ryan broke up very quickly. They did. That bro ship went right out the window, and it didn't take long. It didn't.
I have been waiting a long time to talk to you because we have a lot to talk about on our long team. And first thing I want to ask is, are you okay with talking about that person? Your background?
This is
okay. I don't really need to. Let me just say this. If you guys want to hear what Fred's sister Karen, I think she calls herself Ellie, has to say, the whole interview, you can go to Ryan's and get it, or you guys can go over to Fred's. And I don't want to forget. I don't think I did, but let me drop Fred's link in here real quick. Definitely give Fred credit. I think people want the best for Fred. I don't think everybody wants to see Fred do bad. It's just the shit he says. You know what I mean? Well, hopefully that's it. What the fuck happened? Hold on. Why'd that go in there twice? I hit it twice. All right, there's the link to Fred's.
Question your credibility, so I want to attack that first before I get to these questions.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. So I don't understand why, and this is just me, I don't understand why. Did Fred and Ziggy say something about her? I don't know. Let's move on just for a minute.
One of the major things that Fred has claimed about you over and over and over, and Ziggy, is that you have a long criminal felony record, all kinds of crimes.
See how he fucking exaggerates that shit?
Now, Karen does have a record. Okay? She absolutely has a record. From my understanding, she did do time, and whatever she did, I think she initially got like 15 years for it or something. And I can't specifically say exactly when she got out of prison, but they say she had been out for about a year. But this is the thing too, I want people to understand. You got to kind of differentiate between family feuds, local feuds, and anything that could be relevant to Summer's case. Does that make sense?
I said that she has a long criminal background and all kinds of crimes. I did? That's a lie. I never said that. But the crimes that she does have are really bad. Now she does have she's criminal minded. But
she's like, I didn't talk about that. I never talked about that. So now let me talk about it, right? Ziggy's like, now let me talk about it.
There's a lot of stuff that she hasn't been in trouble for that she's done. But I did not say she has a long criminal record.
All right. This is not what I wanted.
I know now it's brief. What actually happened here?
This is not what I wanted.
I am a convicted. I was sentenced to 15 years in prison. I did just short of.
Oh, really? 15 years in prison? Fred didn't get that for one pill.
Oh, are you kidding? Are you kidding, Ziggy? You're going to compare Fred's time to time that his sister spent in prison? Well, you got more time than Fred did, right? Who does that? Ziggy does that, right? Well, we know that, Twister. There were a lot of things that happened off YouTube. Probably a lot of things that people don't know about. Okay? But what did you have in mind when you made that made that comment? What are you talking about? Give me an example of some of the things that happened off of YouTube. Give me an example. For real. Just because the sentence was that doesn't mean they served that. No, Karen did not serve 15 years. Right? What do you mean you're done? What do you mean you're done? You made a statement. I asked you a question. I really do want you to give me an example. I mean, you don't have to snitch on anybody. I'm not asking you to do that. But give me an example. it might be something that I could, you know, add some of my wisdom into, right? Yeah, Fred didn't serve all his time either. And I got to be honest with you guys. I would probably be a little freaked out to, this is just me, start a relationship with someone that I really don't know, right? Get married to them. I don't know. I'd be a little freaky when, you know, that person gets a lie detector test done over someone who ain't alive anymore, right? That's just me, though. I'm kind of weird like that.
For one coffin.
Two bills. And how much time did you serve?
I pulled almost 5 years.
In prison.
Yeah, that's when you signed that statement to get it reduced off of yours.
Yeah, but she's not even talking about the home invasion.
Yeah.
She's not. They're not. Are they going to talk about that?
They'll get to it, I'm sure. I don't know.
No, my son had got in trouble, and they.
You mean you got your son in trouble? You was one that was sitting and documenting everybody coming and leaving out of their house when you was on Jackson Street.
I am.
Felony weapons charge.
I don't want to hear
drugs with that money.
Please feel free to either go watch Fred. The link is in chat. I put it in there a couple times. Or if you want to listen to Karen's interview without commentary, feel free to go to Ryan finds, he finds something, right? Ryan finds truth. I'll be nice, I'll say it. Wow, they just telling all their family story. Where the fuck was that? Damn it, I'm mad at myself now. Because I had it wrote down. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see if this is it.
State evidence on him on a crime that they didn't even know nothing about to get her sentence less than 5 years.
Yeah, so her own son, minor son. Like, she's so credible.
Left up to you. I know which way I'm leaning myself, but we don't.
Oh my God, Ryan!
As the viewer, it's up to you to take this information into account.
You're not saying it like in a. You're saying it as debunking. It's not.
Take the time to look up the background, the documentation that proves what one person is saying versus the other, and make your.
This is the thing. I think it's messed up when. Why are these people? If this has anything to do with the Summer Wells case, tell me what these people's prior crimes are that you can put that anywhere around Summer's case, right? This is the stuff they put out before Karen. Karen's charges are all, yeah, they're all public knowledge, yeah. Well, no, Fred just did this live. This live right here, Fred just did it 3 days ago. This was 3 days ago. This was right after Karen did the interview with Ryan. But, oh, I get what you're saying. All of this stuff is out there. It's all public knowledge. It's all public. That's what Flies is saying. It's all public knowledge. Publico. Right? Okay.
your own decision. Don't just make your decision based on what we tell you.
See, that's what you should have been saying the whole time. That's how you should have been presenting it the whole time, but you started out saying that he was debunked and that you can't debunk something if you don't know the truth, Ryan. We don't know the fucking truth.
Have the big picture, the whole picture.
Like, I know you're intelligent. You have a fucking college.
You were selling drugs out of a gym in Gate City that you had to leave.
I think this is okay. I think I'm finally getting to it. Damn it. Okay. It's something Fred says that I'm like, what the fuck?
See, that's what you should have been saying the whole time. That's how you should have been presenting it the whole time.
Yes. I get what you're saying. And let me make this kind of clear to people. They had said a lot of things about Fred's family. Okay? Fred and Ziggy. And Karen came out to basically, I guess she felt she needed to come out and defend herself on things that they were saying. So, yeah. If I'm thinking correctly, that's the way it went. Which I always found sad because I just don't believe that. And look, in the beginning of the interview with Ryan, the first thing she speaks about is something horrible that happened in her life. Someone taking their own life, with her and the children. That has to be horrifying. I feel horrible for her. I don't understand if the interview was based around Fred. And I mean, did Fred and Ziggy accuse her of something in that situation? And if they did, shame on them. Shame on them. So yeah, Karen had to come out and kind of be like, no, that's not true. Let me tell you the truth. I just didn't understand why she even felt she had to. I don't know. You understand, right? They've said horrid stuff about most of Beach Creek and his family. A lot of that stuff I knew about it, and I always, watched a lot of it, but I would just kind of see what was going on. And it was sad that Karen even had to come out and defend herself, or even have to talk about things going on in her life or anything like that. And this is my opinion. I just don't believe that any of that has to do with Summer. So they first started fighting over the land in Ziggy's channel. Karen was using different names then. They fought over the land, and it grew from there over time. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Time, but you started out saying that he was debunked and that you can't debunk something if you don't know the truth, Ryan. We don't know the fucking truth.
Have the big picture, the whole picture.
Like, I know you're intelligent. You have a fucking college.
I'm waiting on this one part.
Comprehend that.
Mustang Granny.
Like in this matter. So I'm not going to keep talking. I did want to say all of that simply because this is one of the most in my opinion, so far, critical interviews to understand the psychology and the background of these claims and why they're being made. I'm going to leave that decision either way.
What? Why is he talking psychology? Is he a psychologist? Sorry. How? You know, alrighty. Alrighty then.
I question your credibility, so I want to attack that first before I get to these questions. One of the major things that...
Wait, I still can't get over that. Hold on.
For
Yeah,
that she's
but
on live.
what I'm saying though, it's a lot of it started way before then. I mean, it caught up with him when he turned 7. What was it? Late 16, almost 17, because he went to on to prison at 17.
Yeah, with the crimes that he was doing with his own mother.
Yep.
That Karen was freaking, but she's so reliable.
Oh, her son's in prison. All right, you guys have to give me 1 second, okay? I gotta go get some more coffee. I gotta get more coffee. Okay, my friends. All right, let me get my AirPod in here.
Incredible. She was involving her son, and then didn't she turn on him to law enforcement? Her own son.
Oh yeah, she took and signed a.
Most everything that Ziggy knows about this family is Fred, right? It is Fred.
What is it? A statement on him. State evidence on him on a crime that they didn't even know.
Oh, really? 15 years in prison. Fred didn't get that. Fred's never been to prison.
Years from 2014 until August of 2018. My charges, I had a narcotics charge, and it was one more tab. And
one more tab. You were selling drugs out of a gym in Gate City that you had leased across from the courthouse.
Maybe we should talk to her ex-husband. Okay.
They went in and busted a bunch of people for the steroids they were selling, all kinds of drugs. They went to.
Oh my God! Yeah, you got 15 years for one pill.
Charge for one coffee.
And how much time do you spend?
I'm interested in what Fred says.
Yeah, that's when you signed that statement to get it reduced off of yours.
Yeah, but she's not even talking about the home invasion.
Yeah,
she's not. They're not. Are they going to talk about that?
They'll get to it, I'm sure. I don't know.
My son had got trouble, and
let me say this, even though I'm playing this and you guys can hear it, I'm kind of, it's something that Fred says that I'm looking for. And hopefully he'll say it because I got it marked. I thought I did.
You mean you got your son in trouble? You was one that was sitting and documenting everybody coming and leaving out of their house when you was on Jackson Street.
Why, you know, I don't get along with my brother and sisters, but I don't speak about them like that either. I really don't.
For hours and days with paper and pencil and documenting time they leave and time they come back and getting a pattern and then sending your son to take and go and rob them.
Mm-hmm.
And what got you caught up was
Allegedly,
you didn't
Fred,
know
why are you saying this stuff?
Enter a house to commit assault and battery. Yep, selling them to even Fred. Yeah.
He sold them to Fred. That's
just like she don't want to talk about when she kicked her son out at 16 and stuff, and he moved to Lynn Gordon. They was making all that dope and stuff over there. That's how I was introduced to the methamphetamine.
Oh, I hadn't listened to this, you guys. I hadn't listened to this. Damn. I was looking for where Fred said he was buying what he says he was buying.
Enter a house to commit assault and battery.
This is crazy.
Commit to, if Fred had this type of charge, he would be definitely saying exactly what it is.
And let me say this. She did her freaking time, okay? Whatever happened, she did her time.
Charges. And before I had went to court, they had a warrant and came to my house, and they found a gun.
Okay, I don't.
In my
That's not
closet.
what I want.
Yep, selling them to even Fred. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I fucking
Just
missed
like she
it
don't
somewhere.
want to talk about when she kicked her son out at 16 and stuff, and he moved to Lynn Gordon. They was making all that dope and stuff over there. That's how I was introduced to the methamphetamine, to Jeremy, before he moved to Copper Creek, where Jeremy and this old lady named Jan, her dog.
You know, this is the thing. There is no way. There's just no way that, and this is my opinion, Fred Hill will ever be welcomed in that area again. Right? Oh, you sent me the new pic? Thank you. I'm going to show it here in a second. Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys got to look at this. Look at that. Beautiful. How old are they, Zena, before you leave? How old do you say they were again? Beautiful. Beautiful puppies. For real. Oh, they're gorgeous. They are freaking gorgeous. You said they're what, like 100 and, what'd you say, 100 and something pounds? They are beautiful. Gretel's the one with the glasses. So cute. I would like a picture of my godson, Charlie. I would love a picture of my grandson, Charlie, or my godson. He's 108 pounds. Not sure about her yet, over 80. Well, they are beautiful. They are gorgeous. They're gorge. Okay.
And her old man cooking there. The dope. The same one that Karen was working for at the greenhouse.
In pain. It was a woman. It was the mother of one of my oldest son's friends. And
I don't want to get into all that.
And obviously.
And yeah, we know you've been calling Fred's probation. So I'm sure what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right?
Oh, she's
So
trying
I'd
to say
really
she's
fucking
gone.
end up leaving.
And there's a stack of probably 8 to 10 people, different people from his work, from the fire department, and from where he was.
Okay, I don't need to hear all that.
The way it was laid out. There was
Okay,
how
I
it's
couldn't find it, but Fred pretty much said exactly the substances he was buying. Okay, and it wasn't math. He talked about buying like Roxy's and shit like that, right? So he's saying, I mean, and let me tell you something about Fred too. One thing that sticks with me in my mind, never understood why that conversation was even had with Reverend Donna Serafina, that he had gone to deliver some substances that day, and he named 2 people that he said wasn't there. I don't know if he expected for him to be there and he showed up and they wasn't there. Why don't you just tell us who was there, Fred? Why don't you just tell us that? Right? I am May May. Thank you so much. I apologize, May May. I was shaking so bad, I couldn't even type. So that's why I didn't make a post, because I couldn't even type at all. And I hate it when that freaking happens. But now that I told you about it, if it happens again, I'll let you know that's why. Okay? I just never said anything before about it. Hey, I know there's people in the world going through harder times than I am right now. For real. I always remember that. I always do. All right, so let's go ahead, because obviously remain calm stupid, like Ernie said. Remain calm stupid. I want to get to, and hopefully I can find it correctly. Let me see. Latimasai. We're going to go to, I got we'll start at 206. There's Sherry. What is up, Auntie Sherry? I try, May May. It doesn't work all the time, but I try. Okay. What I wanted to hear about was Fred's response to Karen when she talks about the book bag and the little girl's clothes in the washer.
Her mom and them passed away.
Her neighbor there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So they considered it enough to take a private.
For even them. Yeah.
Whoever called the
She's insinuating that these people wouldn't check into your mom's death because it was an unsafe environment. You know how ridiculous.
Give them more grounds to check in.
You know how ridiculous you sound. She's basically. Sorry, you're saying this food out of the way because Athena's really rude when it comes to food. She's basically insinuating they wouldn't look into their mom's passing because it was such a dangerous freaking area, or because of drug activity. You've got to be fucking kidding me.
That's weird, right? That is weird, right? That makes no sense to me coming from either side, right? So if law enforcement had anything that they thought would show that someone was removed from this planet, do you really think that they wouldn't investigate it because of the area? What did the area have to do with it? Because it would have only, if they had to investigate, they would have to investigate Fred and, I mean, I think his other sister, Julie, was the one who found their mom, right? Yeah, that kind of doesn't make any sense. But then again, you know.
She comes up with any excuse she can to try to make Fred look bad.
Why is that funny, Sherry? Of course it's going to be 18 plus. I got to cover my butt over here, Sherry. I have to make sure people know children are not allowed. No children allowed.
God, it's so stupid.
God.
Now I have it.
I kind of want, and I know it's in here somewhere, Karen talking about Pete Clark and Laura picking up Fred's stuff. Right? I would have to pull up that obituary again, and I don't want to do it. Right? You were talking to Mustang Granny? Okay, Sherry. Just didn't know that. My psychic powers are not working very well right now, I guess.
I guess I got discouraged with that.
Did you report it to authorities? No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Because you don't check into yourself.
And because she has reported so much false stuff to law enforcement about you that they probably fucking arrest her. Because she keep putting in false or because the stuff she's saying for one is not true. That's why. But she's put. I mean, law enforcement straight up told Fred, your sister's trying to set you up.
Why? Why? She's saying law enforcement told Fred your sister trying to set you up. I mean, Fred's got quite a few people trying to set him up, right? If you ask him. But then again, Don Wells, of course, said, yeah, absolutely. I was going to get a bunch of substances and give them to Fred in hopes that he says things that he wouldn't say if I wouldn't give him some substances, right? For sure. For sure, for sure.
You're so, I mean, it's so crazy. You're so concerned that you're coming on to YouTube, you claim, but you don't even turn it into law enforcement.
Mom and Dad had a burning pit out there that we took a trash out and burned him.
Yeah, they're just trying to throw suspicion around anything and everything, and then
I want to hear about the backpack. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is where they talk about the book bag. Okay.
17th.
We asking for adult protective.
knowing it would put his drug shit out there.
They're the other color crime scene. Sounds like a crime scene to me.
Does me too.
It sounds like a crime scene to me.
Police never went in the house to examine anything. No, that's just
No, because because
Okay, so they're talking about the burn pit. They're talking about the ashes that were found that Karen says law enforcement basically said it was human hair. Now, I don't know. It's been long enough that I would think if there was human hair found on that property, you would think that would have to be in the paper or something, right? If law enforcement, if TBI came and found human hair that had not been burned, that was wrapped up in the ash pile, right? It was just in with the ashes. Why wouldn't you burn that hair? Why would you not burn that hair? I don't know.
Putting stuff in. She never found it. Julie never found it. You never found it.
because it didn't exist, you weirdo.
I don't know why you took why to.
She's talking about the trash bag, how you're walking around with a trash bag, putting stuff in a trash bag, according to her.
Because usually when I done that, mom and dad had a burning pit out there that we took the trash out and burned in.
Yeah, they're just trying to throw suspicion around anything and everything, and then mixing up different events.
You were told about a book bag that Fred talked about.
A backpack.
Okay.
A backpack.
That was 5 days after Summer had gone missing. They had
About 5 days after Summer went missing,
opened the hauler back up for traffic to come and go without checking vehicles.
that is when they opened the traffic up in the hauler, right? They opened it up, traffic could come and go without the vehicles being checked.
And I had wrote Julie needed to take off some groceries and stuff. And
Oh, you rode with Julie, right?
to help her when we got up there, we unloaded everything. Mom wanted.
That was the time that Karen went to get money off of mom.
Tell the
She
truth,
went
Karen.
out
You were going to
and
get money.
had Julie
Now, see, who cares? Who cares, Fred? Why you got to put a shitload of filler? Everybody's got to put a shitload of filler in, right? Why? It doesn't matter why she was there or who she was riding with.
to take her down there to get money and didn't want to drive her own vehicle. At the same time, she was hiding in the damn floorboard of the van.
Yeah,
You
coming
know,
like,
the same time you took and walked over on the ridge line and supposedly spy on Jody Sue and Indy. Karen,
yeah, why were you
and
spying on
supposedly
Jody
hollered, "You
Sue and
smelled
Andy?
death on the ridge line and stuff, and you were suspecting Andy and Jody or something."
Why would that be happening? But you spied on them too, Fred. You did too. You admitted it. You even talked about recording them, right? Yes, I appreciate you guys. I promise that will never happen again. Okay? I will let you know what is happening. And I apologize that I had to get off here that fast. For sure. I apologize for that. I'm very lucky. I have a lot of nice, kind people who hang out over here. I really do. Oh, thank you, May May. You are too, girl.
Weird. 5 days after Summer went missing, you were over there spying on Jody, Sue, and Andy. People didn't really know much about them at that time. Seems like you know a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See how Fred was. See if Fred was there. See how he was. When was this? 5 days after Summer. Just 5 days after.
And about a year.
Hey, let me say this. if anybody in the Summer Wells case really wants to impress Remain Calm, do an interview with Frank Light. I would watch it. I would watch it. Do an interview with Chad Arnold where we can see them, okay? It ain't like we don't already know what these people look like. I'm just saying, no AI stuff. And maybe let me ask a couple questions. Because I know they wouldn't come over here. Ziggy done put the word out. Ziggy put the word out that Remain Calm was a psychotic bitch and a trickster. She did. I swear she did.
Year after you got out of prison.
And
Let's add that in.
there, of course, we pull up to the camper before we check the mailbox.
Okay, so let's go back because all right. I had something to say about Andrew. What was it? Okay. So, and I'd have to pull it up again. And Killer Looks has it on his channel too, where there was someone that they lived in the Beach Creek area, had a house there or something, that a couple of names come up that kind of made it look like Andrew Hiltz knew these people and was associated with these people. One of the names, if I remember correctly, was somebody named Michael Hiltz, I think. I believe it was Michael Hiltz. I asked him quite a few times if he knew that person, associated with them in any way, shape, or form. He denied it. Okay? He denied it. So, I mean, for sure. But nothing Andrew's told about moving to Tennessee story makes any freaking sense. None of it. Why? Okay. All right, let's just move on a little bit.
Because we wanted him to know who we were while we were there. Because it
She's
was
fucking lying. She's never come up there.
Me and Julie both.
Her and Julie didn't.
And in the driveway, after standing there talking to us, and he was very concerned and worried, felt like he was being set up. He said that he had found a backpack at the top of his driveway, I guess on that from where we parked, that had, he said, drug making paraphernalia in it.
Okay, so substance making paraphernalia. Fred finds it in a backpack in his driveway. Now, if you go back and listen to the interviews with Dave Radar, if I remember correctly, he mentions that. He mentions that. His interviews are over on Duty Ron's, and they're really good interviews. Right? Yeah, Maymay's a sweetie. She is. I got some of the best mods ever over here. I always say I never question my mods. If my mods question somebody, time them out, or even just get rid of them, I don't question it because usually, you know, if somebody comes in and they act up, they know exactly what they're doing. It's premeditated bullshit. I mean, for real.
I don't know what that means.
Did you see what back? Did he show it to you?
No.
He just told you what was in it.
He just said that he had found that, and I said, I just made the comment, well, I hope you just turned it over to the police then. And I don't remember what he said about that.
You found it outside or in the house?
It was outside in the driveway.
In the driveway. It's like somebody dropped it.
Like somebody had just set it up there or something. He said it did belong to him, and he didn't understand where it came from.
I understand where it came from now.
Fred says, I understand where it came from now. Elaborate. Where do you think it came from, Fred? And I do understand that people say that, you know, Candace went to Fred's because, of course, you're going to go check at the neighbors, right? And I mean, that's true, right? That is absolutely true. Hey, H. I guess you would go pounding on neighbors' doors, right? But Laura made a comment one time along the lines that Summer had come over there to play with some kids. Did anybody else hear her say that? I'm sorry, it was kind of weird to me because she made the comment too, something about when Don came to Fred's, he would have the boys with him. Now, look, I know that individuals who are having addiction problems maybe don't I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I mean, seriously. No, Justin. No. Bye, Justin. Have a good day.
What?
What, the backpack?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Jody saying that Andy took a backpack up that way?
Oh.
Fred is saying Jody said Andy took a backpack up that way. Jody, did you say that? I mean, paraphernalia. What kind of paraphernalia was it? Why would they leave it in your driveway, Fred? 5 days after Summer went missing, they've opened up the road for people to come in and out. There was still law enforcement around that area, wasn't there? 5 days after. Could be wrong, I guess.
Oh, you think that? Oh, that's right. Jody Sue spoke on a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this story is kind of true then? What she's saying?
Yeah.
Well,
kind of true. The story's kind of true.
One to about 1,000. One story that's somewhat correct.
Somewhat.
1 to about 1,000. What's that mean? Okay, one story that's somewhat correct. Lord Jesus, take the wheel.
Some little girl's clothes in an old washing machine outside on the property somewhere.
With her little girl's
I
clothes.
don't know what you're talking about, though.
He's trying to say that he doesn't know what she's talking about when they talk about the clothes in the washer. He don't know what she's talking about. Well, where did that come from? Where did that come from? I mean, sorry, I don't think your sister is just going to make that part up. Right? When you are facing your daughter missing, the Wells have been damned for doing things and criticized for not doing things. Sometimes there's no way to jump the fence. I agree, May. I agree on that. I mean, for sure. This is the thing also. You will hear these people go at each other, bash each other, talk about how one's lying, no, the other one's lying. You know, coming out and talking about family things that probably, in my opinion, really shouldn't have been talked about by nobody in that freaking family, right? You know, did Fred and Ziggy instigate all this? I mean, my opinion is, yeah, they did. They absolutely did. But you'll hear them say also that, well, I don't think that that person had anything to do with what happened to Summer, right? Jody Sue said that about Andy. Andy said that about Jody Sue. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and forgive me if I am, that Karen said that she, you know, couldn't believe that, you know, he possibly had anything to do with Summer. I could be wrong. I could have heard it wrong. I didn't really listen to that whole interview. Yeah. You remember an interview, Candace saying she was doing washing? Yeah, she did. She did. She figured out, this is the thing, Chris, if you remember right, Candace, you know, figured out that she forgot to add in there that she was washing clothes that day. That little revelation came to light after Dawn proceeded to get with Candace so they could figure out the timeline. That Dawn said, law enforcement said, hey, you need to get with your woman and her mom and get this timeline figured out, right? So then Candace was doing laundry. For real. Thank you, Zena. Hey, if you guys like hanging out, please think about giving me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I would appreciate that. Right? But none of those people keep track of time. None of them keep track of time, but they can remember, you know, Dawn, you know, I thought it was 5:30 when Candace called me. Fred Hill, oh, I seen Andy at 5:30 at Zoomers, whatever it is, right? What else fit that 5:30? I could probably go back to my timeline and tell you what else fits in that 5:30 slot. Right? Don says that he thought it was around 3:30-ish when he had the conversation with Candace, and he thought that she was in the parking lot of the pharmacy. That's what he said. Yet we know that day that they picked the prescription up before they took Hunter home. Right? Isn't that how the story goes? Thinking the hair may have been added into the embers of a dying fire, which would explain why it was found. Well, this is the thing. And, you know, it's hard. Let me tell you something. These situations, it's hard to question things because if you do not believe what they're saying, that it was human hair, then, you know, does that mean that you're calling that person a liar that put out that information? If you question that, then people are going to be like, no, they're telling the truth. They're telling the truth. Allegedly, law enforcement was there and stated that it was human hair. Now, could the conversation with law enforcement, knowing that there was civilians standing there, been sort of like, it could possibly be human hair, you know, maybe along that line of the conversation? I don't know. I wasn't there. Yes, it could have been horsehair. Right? Well, I kind of talked about the hair, but Laura also had blonde hair. Yeah, what was that? What was it connected to? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. And like I said, with Laura, it was really sad. It was sad to me watching Laura. Just like it was sad to me. I felt horrible for Marlena. I felt horrible for Cam's wife, Allie. I felt bad for them because obviously they all needed help. They all needed help. We seen them all, you know, in when they were having bad times, I'll say. And the majority of these people came on YouTube because there were dollar signs. There were dollar signs wrapped up with it, right? So what do you do with that, right? Look like horsehair to you? Oh, did you see it, T-Talk? Or did you see did they take pictures? Because the psychic lady was involved in that, right? Well, it's not even trusting money getting to be interviewed, but these three women obviously were struggling. They were struggling. Look at Laura. She had been with Fred for years and years and years. And he just disappears with Ziggy. So we look at Allie, Cam's wife from Cracking Cases. Beautiful woman, seemed to have a career path, very good at her job, very good in schooling, and we watched that just fall apart. Who do you blame for that? I mean, there's no blame. The blame goes on Cam and Allie, but Laura, where was she going to go? Did she have somebody on speed dial that she could call and be like, I haven't a life anymore? I have no life anymore, even though my life was fucked up. I have no home anymore. I don't care whether you like somebody or not. That's kind of a hard way to go. For sure. Runs with Scissors. I haven't seen you forever. How have you been? How have you been? So it's not that I don't care that people are treating people fucked up, because I do. I think it's horrible. And I think it's horrible that they have to come out and talk about things that are very, very personal to them. I think that's sad. But I have to put that in a different category than Summer's case. I just do. All right. My goodness, I've been on here almost 3 hours, you guys. I am making it up to you for making you guys worry about me yesterday. And I do promise I won't do that again. I promise. I mean, not that I wish people would get the shakes like I did. But I'm glad that a couple of you guys have. So you know how it feels. So I've seen your name in chats before, but not for some time. Oh, are you talking about, no, I'm not. No, Runs with Scissors. I'm not speaking badly about Cam and Allie at all. I'm just talking about the different couples and, people that not good things happen to. Not good things happen to. I don't know. I hope they're doing really well. I haven't checked in for a while, but I really hope they're doing well. I really do. For sure. For sure, for sure. Okay, so anything else? Anything else? I mean, we can talk some more about Andrew and that mess if you want to, or we can kind of, I I said I would mention the JLR stuff. If you guys want to switch gears and do that. But that interview is very interesting. Now, if you want to get more into the Andrew stuff, you guys go check out Mama Bear. She's got all that stuff. I guess she's got a lot of stuff on her community posts and stuff like that. I mean, for sure. But like I said, knowing that these people all know of each other, how I knew of Munch and Tammy was because of Andrew. Andrew is Hunter's dad. Allie was his mother. Bear Bear's his younger sister. And Munch and Tammy is sister. They're just, you know, it's like a family thing. But what does that mean? What does any of that mean for Summer's case, except for now they're saying that Candace, slept with one of the Clarks, right? But what we have to remember too, what I want everybody to remember, we've got, 6 weeks? No, not 6. We got about, we got about 6 weeks, and Summer will be gone for 5 years. 5 years. So stuff's about to even get crazier. It's going to get crazier. I'll tell you something else that was weird was when Andrew was saying that he was going to go to Tennessee for Summer's vigil or something, right? And he ends up with Andy Bernard telling him that he could stay on the property. Candace even also told him that he could come and stay at her house. I'm not sure why he was going, period. I think he was putting out, let me go be with my son. My son needs me. His mom's passing away. And Candace was like, you can stay here. You can stay at my house. Right? That's what I heard anyway. So it's just figuring out how they all know of each other. That's basically what it is. But, why tell exactly what happened and tell the truth about it? Because if you do that, then you what? Won't be able to have a lot of content, I guess, right? you can stay at my house and share my dog hole. Oh, we know that, Constance. We know that, girl. The dude made enough money within hours to move him and his whole family to another place. And so they gave subs and members, whatever, you know, gave all of those funds. And I'll never forget, he came back out and said, oh, wait, I forgot to add this, this, and this into it. And believe me, he got that money. He sure did. Everybody that's passed. Everybody that's passed. Craziness. Craziness. I don't know. I don't know. I truly don't. I don't understand why a lot of people are doing what they're doing. I mean, for sure. That is the coolest dog I've ever seen. Too cool for school. Remember, JLR was walking in Ben Hill. Yeah, with Brandon Clark. Yep. Remember, Brandon Clark took JLR on a little trip that day, didn't he? I mean, hell, even Brandon was having trouble. He was like, the damn bugs and it's hot outside. His shoes fucked up on him. His shoes fell apart. Brandon Clark's shoes fell apart when he was walking with JLR. Remember that? JLR was brave. Oh, all right, you guys. Let's switch it up. Before I get off here, I wanted to mention JLR. Check out Mr. Benny Keys' channel. Benny has the FOIA paperwork. Let me see if I can find it. JLR has been charged. Okay, hold on. There's a couple on there. Hold on, I'll drop the link. Let me drop you the link. Benny's doing really good on his channel. He really is. I know I talk shit about Benny and say things, but I am really, really glad he's doing so well. I really am. For real. For real. And I ain't kissing his ass. I don't care if he likes me or not. He ain't gotta like me. He don't. Okay. There's Benny's link right there. Okay, let me see if I can, hold on. Hold on, I'll bring the puppy dog back. Let me get this. Okay, I know I dropped his link, but let me get to the paperwork. Okay, let me see if I can read this paperwork. Okay, Benny's showing the paperwork. There's Benny showing the paperwork. Okay, sorry, Benny. Okay. So, it's hard to see the file date on there. Okay. This is, hold on. Hold on, y'all. In the county court for the 6th Judicial Circuit of Florida, in and for Pasco County. So this was filed in Florida, even though the incident took place in Washington, right? Unless they are also charging him because she said that the instances of him laying hands on her happened more than one time. Right? Thank you, Runs with Scissors. I am going to put that up there. And we'll definitely get into actually, talking about summer and that stuff. A lot of stuff that we've kind of talked about the last couple days. I feel like there's a lot of it that doesn't have anything to do with Summer's case, right? I mean, yeah, he's in trouble, Zena. Okay, let me read through this. State of Florida versus Jonathan Riches. This is, but it says misdemeanor information. Misdemeanor information. Battery in, what is it, the first degree? DV. In the name and by the authority for the state of Florida. The state attorney states that in the county of Pasco and state of Florida on the 6th day of September in 2025 did actually and intentionally touch or strike Magnolia against her will, or did intentionally cause bodily harm to Magnolia. And that's not her real name, okay? Her real name is on this paperwork. If I don't see any reason to say her real name, but what do you mean, April? Wait a minute, guys, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. So sorry. Okay, so wait, I need to see what Fly said. Hang it, girl. Hold on. What you were, she mentioned dates or something. Hold on. Ugh. Okay, hold on. Damn it. Hold on. Shit. Let me pull my chat up. I don't have my chat pulled up. Dang it. She put some dates in there. Ah. It's easier to pull my chat up and find it than try to find it on the StreamYard. I don't even see it now. April 27th. Oh, is that the date on the paperwork? That's okay. That's the date on the paperwork. All right. Thank you. I couldn't, I was just dumb for a minute there. The date was April 27th. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Sorry to have bothered you. Okay. So they're saying that, okay, so the 6th of September, 2025 is when she obviously has proof that JLR did something to her. They say he did it intentionally. He was trying, they're saying he was causing bodily harm. Wow. Bodily harm to Magnolia. Wow. That's exactly what it's saying. She has proof. 6th day of September, 2025, did actually and intentionally touch or strike her to cause bodily harm. And that was when they were in Washington, correct? That was when they were in Washington around that time, right? Wow. I don't know if I can read that or not. Does it say how much time you can get? I was trying to make that a little bit bigger, but I don't know if I can. Let me try something here really quick, see if it helps. It says at the bottom, personally appealed, personally appeared before the state attorney wait a minute. Let's read this. Personally appeared before the Bruce Bartlett, the undersigned state attorney for the 6th Judicial Circuit Court of Florida in and for Pasco County, or his duly designated assistant state attorney, who being first duly sworn says this information is filed in good faith in, I don't know what that says. Hang on, y'all. Hang on, I just heard a hey. Lord have mercy. That drives me nuts. Okay, so how does that work? That's all in Florida, right? Would they would have had to have filed charges in Washington, right? I don't know. I'm pretty dumb on all that stuff. For sure. But she'll I know that also in the Karen and Fred stuff, Fred said something about SD cards or something, but I don't know. I don't know what they were spouting, going back and forth about. I really don't. They're all a little cray-cray, if you ask me. He'll be in prison with Wade Wilson. What can he get? I wonder what he can get. Let's see how much time he can get. But I wonder why. Okay. So can they do that? And I could be wrong. I mean, I'm saying that what was filed in Florida happened while they were in Washington, but she may have had proof that he actually did something, because she said, I mean, obviously things were happening in Florida, right? I mean, well, I guess. All right. All right. I was going to find that. I am going to find that for you guys really quickly here. Benny also did another live a day ago. It's JLR using court proceedings to obtain Magnolia's address. I hope he doesn't get her address. I mean, what the fuck was I looking for? I don't even know. I've been on here so long, I don't even know what I'm looking for anymore. For real. 25 to life. I'm sure it's not going to bother him. He's been to jail before. He's a pretty odd guy. He's a pretty weird dude. I'm just saying. For sure. For sure, for sure. Well, JLR's done his time before. That's where he had all that time to file all those lawsuits. For real. And yes, I am eating a chocolate chip cookie. I have miniature chocolate chip cookies, and they're really freaking good. They are. All right. I have OCD. We got 15 minutes. Pick a title, any title. We will talk about it. All right. Oh my God. Don't even go there, Runs with Scissors. Are you kidding me? You think you've solved it. You think you have solved it. Well, you might want to contact law enforcement then. I'm sure that if you think you've solved it, they would love to hear from you. Because they haven't. Oh, girl, don't even get me started on Girl Scout cookies. That is so sweet, Runs with Scissors, that you would let me know that first. You would let me know that before you contacted law enforcement. Now, if you said that somewhere else, they might be like, why? What do you know? But, hey. I hope there is something, right? It came from me. Girl, please. I don't think I've ever gave out info that I appreciate that. I will say this. I appreciate you at least hearing me out with my opinions and my theories and whatever we talk about over here. That is very nice of you to say. That makes me feel good. It does. But please remember that if it's something that's going to law enforcement, we got to make sure that the receipts are there, okay? We got to make sure that there's receipts. Because you can call law enforcement and tell them anything you want. But if you don't have anything to show what you're saying, you know, here's the receipt, here's this, here's that, right? They just don't. I'm sure they have probably heard every speculation, every theory. I'm sure they've heard thousands of opinions. You know, I'm sure they've heard it all. But it absolutely makes it harder to try to keep up when, you know, people just need to realize a lot of these people had addiction problems. I'm not saying they all do now. And so seriously, shadow people, okay? There is a movie out. Dang it, what is that movie called? Let me see if I can pull it up in my history. You guys need to watch this movie. It should be in my YouTube. Should be in my YouTube. I believe that's where I watched it. It is called... should be here. I just watched it. Oh my God, please. Where is it? I got too much shit on my watch later is what it is. It's such a good movie. And it's about addiction. Oh my God. I'll have to find it. I'll find it again and put it in my damn, I will put it on my, try to post it on my post that I never use. And I apologize for that too. I have been very lazy with my channel, and I'm going to try to fix it. I'm not promising anything though. I'm pretty low budget. You get what you get over here. You never know what we're going to talk about. We talk about all kinds of different things. Yes, I commentate. I give my opinion. My opinion isn't necessarily other people's opinions. And I'm completely good with that. I ask a lot of questions. I do, because I'm nosy. I get nosy sometimes. I want to know things. You know what? My ruler is here. I believe it's in the bottom of this bag. It's got all these freaking notes. Yep, I'm a commentator. I am a commentator. Now, I think this is what I'm hoping for. I am going to design I think I'm going to start out with some coffee mugs. Okay. So me and my daughter's kind of working. We're working on it to kind of design something for my channel, and maybe start out with some coffee mugs, maybe a couple t-shirts, and just see if people are interested or not. I mean, why not? Why not? For real. And yes, my freaking Venmo and Cash App are on the banner. And actually, believe it or not, I forget to change my banner all the time. But you want to be supportive that way, that is so much appreciated. But just giving me a thumbs up and subbing to the channel, that means a lot. That means a lot. Gosh, I don't know, Moonflower. That is a question. I have just always remain calm for some reason. Always. Isn't that crazy? And no, I do not remain calm all the time. Okay? I do get feisty. People piss me off. Right? I thought about making one that says, back up, remain calm. Or I'll kick you in the nuts. No, I don't incite violence over here, but, right. Yeah, they'll let me restart. Super sensible. I'll get it started back up. Hey, right now I'm just hanging out. I don't care what anybody says. When you're a creator and you're monetized and you know, no matter what the reason for that you may need a little bit of money or whatever, it kind of puts a lot on you. It really does. And it's like a mental break. My brain is on vacation right now. How about that? For sure. I mean, I kind of put myself in a situation because, you know, Todd had passed away and things were kind of set into my lap that I wasn't expecting. And so the little bit that I did make off YouTube, and I didn't make no great big amount off YouTube. Okay, you even got to make $100 a month or they're not going to pay you, for real. And there were a couple times when I didn't see no money for a couple months. I can guarantee you that. But I am going to try to monetize again before July. They said something about July 26th or something. I don't know why they picked that date. I really don't. But I can go through and, of course, appeal or whatever I need to do. I'm just not going to freaking freak out about it. I'm not. I mean, I stressed myself right into a freaking heart attack. And that shit ain't going to happen again, right? It gave you an error message. I don't know why it would do that, but that's true, Run with Scissors. You know, I always kind of said this, no matter who's keeping Summer's name out there, at least her name's being kept out there. It's up to people if they want to watch certain people or not watch certain people. I mean, for sure. Everybody takes something different. No matter who you're watching, you're going to take different things out of it, you know, for sure. But man, oh man, was there a lot going on. There was a lot going on. And I hope Magnolia gets justice. I do. And wowsy wow, I guess we'll see what happens, right? I guess we will. Other than that, I mean, sad but true. Sad but true, y'all. So as I said, I mean, the Hill family stuff is very sad to me. You know, don't get me wrong, there's things that interest me in all conversations. No matter what conversation I listen to, I'm going to take something from that conversation. I don't want to listen to a conversation that I'm not going to be interested in. I can say that right now. But, I mean, I don't know, my friends. All right, I got 2 minutes. Wow, I can't believe I was on here 3.5 hours. I apologize. I was on here so long. For sure. I do want to thank everybody for coming in and hanging out. Thank you for the thumbs up. If you're a new sub, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you. You never know what you're going to get over here. Hey, Army vet. What about Nancy? What's going on with Nancy? You're bored? Well, I was just getting off here, Army vet. I'm sorry. Feel free to come back again. Because I hadn't talked about Nancy for a while. At all. Okay, I know I'm not monetized, but can we where is it? Oh my gosh. Why is it in my freaking, that's crazy. Hold on. All right. You can't say curse words. I know I'm not monetized, but you can't say curse words. And I do plan on going to my About page and putting my Venmo and Cash App link in there appropriately, okay? Because I do realize you can't get to it anywhere, right? Redirect? What do you mean? Where would you like for me to redirect you to? Where? Where, ma'am? I will send you there. Hey, I tell you all where to go and find stuff. I just don't keep pulling it up. Oh, you can't? Oh, that's right. You can't. It's okay, Zena. It's okay. I know. People keep telling me to get like PayPal and stuff, so I might. I might, for real. Thank you, Poppy. Thank you, Poppy. I appreciate you. Thank you, Constance. Thank you, Flies. Thanks for coming in and hanging. I know these lives have been long. And I promise if I got to hurry up and get off, I will let you guys know what's going on. I do apologize for that. And I will not let it happen again. Like I said, when you get the shakes, you can't even, there's no way I could even sit here and try to post what happened. So that's pretty messed up, but thank you, May darling. All right, I do appreciate you guys. Like I said, you never know what we're going to talk about. You know, our titles are subject to change many times in a conversation over here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Go check out links that I dropped on all them people. Go check it out. Be you, do you. If you got to get a little feisty, go right ahead and do it. And like I said, much appreciated, you guys. I will catch you next time. My email is maryh3821@gmail.com. If you guys want maybe to talk about one specific thing, or, you know, about Summer's case, or anything else, drop me an email and let me know. And that way I can do the research on whatever you guys, whatever, you know, you may want to talk about. We can try to do it that way. It may work out pretty well. So, but I do appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and I will catch you later. Thanks again, Poppy. Thank you, mods. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And go check out Constance Sue. Thank you, Mr. A. Constance, I want to drop your link real quick. All right, give me 1 second. Let me pull up Constance here. Constance Sue. Go over and check out Constance. She's got a playlist on Andrew Hiltz. I want to get over and check some of that out too. I might be able to add to it. I don't know. Sometimes I can add things to a video, or something like that. And then sometimes I just can't. I just can't. Later, flies. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, yeah, I just dropped it too. All right, Constance, we got you. We double got you, girl. For sure. We did, we did. We are. Okay, hold on 1 minute. Let me get one more. Let me get us one more here. And we are done and out. Okay. All right, and this is Flies on the Coleslaw link. You guys grab that one too. Sub up to the girls. Girl power. Show some love. All right, peace out, guys. Have a good one. And thank you. Thank you for listening to me for so long. For real. And I do apologize for yesterday. So, all right, catch you guys later. Have a good one.